Hello guys, my name is JPRT and in today's LoL Champion Tips and Tricks I will show you everything you need to know about Caitlyn. Well, she is a ranged AD carry, with her range being the most among all champions at level 1, only being surpassed I think by Tristan at level 18, making it one of the main reasons Caitlyn is one of my favorite champions, because with that range, as long as you avoid melee situations, you should always be safe in a team fight. I mean, if your team can protect you from being focused, you could give as much damage as you wish, and actually be pretty safe in a team fight. So, relating to the runes and masteries I use with Caitlyn, there will be image at the end of the video showing them, and their further details I believe they will be on the video description below. So, in terms of skills, she has her passive headshot, in which every 8 attacks from the bushes count as 2. You'll see Caitlyn's sniper shine, and your next auto attack will give 250% more damage to minions or 150% more damage than usual to enemy champions. I usually use the first 7 attacks on minions to farm normally, and try to use the 8th attack, the headshot, on the enemy AD carry. Right now I almost died from face checking that bush. But I also use the next ability I'm going to explain you. That is Piltover Peacemaker. It's that sniper shot you just saw. It's a skill shot, and in my opinion, it should be the first skill to max out, as it gives you some, as you can see, some poking damage, always zoning out enemies, preventing them from farm. As you can see, you have absolute enormous range, and you should use it as much as you can. Right now I thought I'd kill Twitch, but he had that barrier, so he escaped with that HP, and I went searching for Timo, but as you can see the minimap, Timo was already far away. It passes through the RQ, as I was saying before. It passes through minions and other champions also, but the damage it gives decays with the amount of minions and champions it passes through, going from a max of 100% damage to 50% damage at the last enemy hit. Her W, that is Yordle Snap Trap, is also a good skill, especially useful early game, and you will see what I mean. I already placed one in the traps behind me, in the bushes behind me. They are pretty good if you are invading, or if the enemy team is invading you, because you can use it to try to snare somebody in it, making the enemy champion immovable for 1.5 seconds, and giving your team the I think it's enough time for your team to kill him without the enemy team could do much about it. And it's also good to use it to prepare combos, like, for example, Caitlyn Trap, Taric Stun, Caitlyn Trap, or Caitlyn Trap making for an easy Blitzcrank combo, and then Caitlyn Trap again. And right now, as you can see, this will give my first skill. Twitch was using his Q, I believe, his stealth, but as he was with the debuff from the Snap Trap, it allowed me to see him, and right now I'm going to kill him with the long range Q, I believe max range Q. I really like Caitlyn because of this abusive range, So, her E, for me, it's not that useful. It's a backward dash. It applies a slow on the enemy hit by it. It has a not very long range. You'll see in a minute. I believe when Lee Sin is going to gank here, I'm going to use it and you'll see what I mean. Basically it's a shot that Caitlyn fires, and it goes backwards with the recoil of the sniper. That's why she goes back. It scales with AP, so it doesn't give that much of a damage. Even though I can use it pretty fairly to escape ganks, but you'll see what I mean with this. Right now I'm trying to farm, but Soraka is also auto-hitting minions, so I believe I'm going to stop trying to last hit minions and try only to kill somebody, because by killing that means I'm not going to need that much of a farm to keep up as I would actually need to. The last skill I want to talk to you about is her ultimate, Ace in the Hole. That is an extremely long range pinpoint sniper shot. At level 2 it already exceeds your field of view, so you can also pinpoint enemies in the map, in the minimap, to hit them if they are within your range. And right now you're going to see what I meant before about the caliber net. That is the caliber net. And Lee Sin is going to be a bit greedy and he's going to die because of that. He's going to die at my kill. Again, max range. Always making profit of her range. So, Caitlyn in fact has a really not big problem, but is a problem already. That she has a base movement speed very low. So I usually start, as you saw at the beginning of the game, with the boots and 3 elf bots. Some people start with long sword and 2 elf bots, but I usually don't do this. What I really do is try to farm and get a lot of kills so I can build my BF sword, as you saw now, and upgrade as soon as possible the boots of speed into the berserker's greaves, the attack speed boots. This BF sword will be useful to build into the Bloodthirster. I also recommend, if you usually build the long sword plus 12 pots, you can build the long sword into the vampiric scepter, because I think the long sword is not that useful for anything else other than the vampiric scepter, at least early game. So next thing I do is, as I already said, try to finish my Bloodthirster as soon as possible, because the Bloodthirster gives you some life steal, some attack damage, and it's a pretty good item for most AD carries. During mid game, I normally, you see my ultimate now. During mid game, I normally build one of two things. Normally, if I can give enough damage, I choose the Phantom Dancer first, in order to build some more attack speed and some critical chance. If not, and if I have some champions like Nuno that can give me some attack speed buffs, I build first the Infinity Edge in order to give more damage within the criticals, and to give also more attack damage. Um, so from mid to late game, and right now I believe if we gotta hit the sun, we'd kill him. We would have killed him, but okay. From mid to late game, if you are getting kills and farm, the enemy team will start considering you a threat, so they might start to build armor in order to stop you. If that is in fact, then you should buy Last Whisper. Last Whisper is an awesome item. I like it a lot because it gives you some more attack damage, obviously, and more important, it gives you around 40% armor penetration. I'm not sure what's the percentage, but I believe it's 40%. After that, you finish your build by building one of three things. If they have champions like Blitzcrank or Leona, basically too much CC, then what you should do is either buy the Quicksilver Sash and evolve it into the Mercurial Scimitar. It's active, it's almost like the Cleanse. It gives removes all debuffs from your character. Or instead you can buy the Banshee's Veil, which negates the first CC ability you get struck by. If they haven't got that much CC in their team, maybe you should consider buying the Guardian Angel to get what it does, in case you don't know already, is that after your life hits 0, you go into sleep mode and you come alive shortly after with around 700 HP. So it's very good, in fact, if you have in your team someone that can protect you while you're asleep. So, relating to the summoner spells, I usually use Flash Ignite, though Cleanse is also very good to run in Caitlyn, because if you have Cleanse, you won't need the... that's my ultimate working, as you can see. So if you have your... if I have Cleanse, I won't need the Quicksilver Sash. I mean, I will need it, but I won't need it that much as I would need if I hadn't have Cleanse. Flash is very useful because it's a great key for positioning. Positioning is really the main key for to use an AD carry. You can also use barrier and heal. You can use it if you know the enemy team will keep charging at you. If they will be, if you know they will be constantly going after you, it's a good tool to get them off and get you some more HP before you die. Right now, I'm going to help you with some tips I can use while playing Caitlyn. So, using the W, or I mean the trap, in order to set up a clean Q, the Piltover Peacemaker, or even to land some auto hits in the enemy champion. That meaning, if the enemy is trapped with the Q, with the W, I'm sorry. There will be a time 1.5 seconds that you can use your Q, and you will surely hit him if you have enough. If you line up the skill shot with the enemy. Another thing I usually do, I actually tried to do that before, if you notice, with Timo. That being, if someone is running low health, you can use your E backwards, the recoil will point you forward, and that way you can kill someone who is fleeing or maybe escaping beneath a tower. So And then after you use your E, you can use your Q to finish them off or even to land some auto hits. But what happened with Timo is when I used my E and flash, he also flashed and used his W to get away. Another thing I usually do, I didn't do that as much as I would like to in this game, but what I meant was to, after you have a team that Fiddlesticks after a team fight, you might left someone who escaped really bad at, with low health. If you place some traps in the enemy jungle, someone is caught after you finish a team fight. Imagine you kill 4 enemies, 1 enemy is left, and if you have some traps spread around their jungle, and the enemy who's left is trapped in it, or gets trapped in it, it can be useful for you to go there and try to finish him off. It depends on who is the enemy champion, not only but also. Sorry. So right here, I can't believe I actually made. I actually did it. I Listen failed that Q. I don't know. I don't really know what was he thinking. But what happened is I'm still alive, and with 9-0. So another thing you should do is, as I said before, while talking about the passive, stack headshot on a minion, on minions trying to farm normally, and then use the headshot, the sniper shot, the headshot, in the enemy AD carry if possible, or support, to harass them as much as possible. Also using your Q to poke in the beginning of the game. It's also a great option to harass. Another thing, you should be careful about using your ultimate in champions like Wukong or LeBlanc or Shaco, because they can use their clones to protect themselves of your ulti. I mean, right now you're going to see how big the range, Caitlyn's range is that much. It's really big. So, what I was saying before, if, for example, you target Wukong with your sniper shot. Wukong places his W. Even though the shot will go in the direction of the real Wukong, even though he is in fact invisible, if the clone is placed in between Caitlyn and Wukong, the real Wukong, the clone will block any incoming damage. Right now, I'm going to kill Timo with a trap. That was awkward. I remember I laughed pretty hard at this during the game, but it's kind of rare. I believe this was my first time I actually killed somebody with a trap. Another thing you need to be careful with Caitlyn is that using her abilities in the middle of a team fight, it can be proved very bad to you, because most of Caitlyn's abilities have a channeling ability, as you can see now. So if you're in a middle team fight, basically you want to hit, you want to land as many auto hits as possible, so you can damage as much as possible, because her Q and her ultimate have some, I'm not going to say very high, but relatively high casting times, and it can be proven fatal to you within a team fight. if you're not that well positioned. Um, another tip I can give you. Imagine if you are playing against someone who has the Guardian Angel. A thing you can do is, when they go into sleep mode, you can place a trap right below them, and when they spawn back, they will be instantly trapped by 1.5 seconds and 700 HP late game. It shouldn't be that difficult for you to take off that enemy champion. Sorry again. Caitlyn's Q damages stealth units, as it happened before with Witch, even though you may not be able to see them. So, I think that's pretty much it. As I said before, after the game finishes, I'm going to show you the pictures of my run page and my mastery page, so that you can see them and see how I run Caitlyn with. And I think that pretty much wraps this up. Thanks so much for watching. My name is JPRT, and I hope you liked my first video of LoL champion tips and tricks. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed the video.